Gayla Scrivener here, and in today's Accomplish More tip, we're going to talk a little bit about your audience in your free MailChimp account. When you're in the dashboard and you click Audience, you're going to be brought to the only audience that you have with your free account. When you set up your account, it automatically created your one and only audience, and you have one contact and one of them are subscribers, and that contact is you. You would just hit view contacts and then you'll see yourself listed right down here. I'm going to give you a little tour of the audience, just a real brief overview of maybe some key things that you would want to set up and want to know about. First of all, perhaps you do not want your audience name to be your business name. Perhaps you would like to change that to be newsletter, or if you have some sort of offer, however you want the name of your list to be, all you have to do is come here under Settings, change the name and the defaults. So maybe I want to change the audience name to, maybe that's as simple as that. And then down here under form settings, and this would transfer to other opt-in forms that we'll get into later, but this means that if you check mark this, this would mean that the contacts would have to get an email to say, yes, I do really want to subscribe to your list. And then also you can enable the reCAPTCHA, and that would be the little box that you check mark to say, hey, I'm a human, so that you would prevent spam bots. I usually like that one. And then you can enable GDPR fields. I'm not going to really go into that. The defaults, campaign defaults. What do you want, or the from name to be when you email folks? And that's what's going to be in their inbox. When they see your email, it's not just going to be the email address. It should be your name. And I recommend doing your first and last name. Sometimes folks will put in their business name or their title, but usually when somebody signs up for one of your lists, they know who you are and they want to hear from you. So your simple name would be fine. And it defaults at your first name, so I encourage you to put your first and last name. Then this is your default from email address, and that's usually what somebody replies to your email. It'll come back to there. I usually don't have a default subject. I just don't. Then there are other types of settings that I won't get into now. So then I'm going to save what I changed here in the settings. Also in the settings, under required email footer, I encourage you to go there and type in something that reminds folks on how they signed up to your list or your audience. And here are some examples, and you can see examples all over in any email lists that you are signed up for. If you're just starting out and you may not even have a sign up form on your website yet, then you might want to reword the verbiage here. Come down here, how can recipients contact you? This information is going to be at the footer of your emails, because to help with the anti-spam laws, people need to know that you're legitimate. So fill this out completely. Put your phone number, your business phone, your address. It makes you look legitimate, which you are. So be sure to fill that out. Now, the main thing is, how do you add more contacts, especially if you are starting out? Later, we can do sign-up forms, but for right now, if you are doing face-to-face networking and you ask someone if you can add them to your mailing list because you're starting a mailing list, you're doing a newsletter, giving them information, and you can get a verbal permission. And if you do that, all you have to do is come into your account, hit audience, add contacts, add a subscriber, and then type in their email address, their first name, their last name. I usually skip all of this information, but if it's pertinent for your business, then go ahead. Then I check that this person gave me permission, and if this person is already in my audience, I want to update their profile, and I hit subscribe and they're added. But I encourage you to let people know, hey, if you're collecting the email addresses, that you need to let them know that you want them on a list and that they can always unsubscribe. Well, that's just a little bit of a tour of the audience or your email list. Thank you for joining me today, and you can always get more information by going to scrivenersolutions.com, and I'd love for you to subscribe to this channel because there'll be more videos to come. Thanks so much.